All right. So, do you think that you have your own Aladdin's lamp? Yes. Do you think you have your own genie? Yes. Do you think your wishes are now at your own command? Yes. Do you think you can make the genie grant you any wish you want? Yes. You now have the power, the knowledge. This is the beginning of the beginning for you. This is the first step. In just a couple days, I've been scratching the scratch of the surface. I'm just giving you a thumbnail sketch, kind of a bird's eye view, the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more in-depth knowledge that we are going to make available to you. But with what you have right now, this is all you need. You can go anywhere with what you have. You can achieve anything and everything you want with the knowledge that has been presented to you. You can have, be, or do anything and everything you desire. You can manifest $10,000 in 24 hours. You can manifest $100,000 in 30 days. You can make $50,000 a month without ever leaving your home. You can make $100,000 a month without ever leaving your home. You can make millions of dollars a year. You can be financially free. You can call forth your soulmate. You can have the most loving, spectacular relationship that gives you bliss and happiness and fulfillment beyond your wildest imagination. You can have a magnificent relationship with your children, coworkers, friends, and family members. You can wake up ecstatic. You can have dynamic, vibrant health. You can make businesses grow. You can create new businesses. You can come up with inventions and ideas. You can learn skills. You can have, be, or do anything and everything you want. You can have the car or cars of your dream. You can have the boats or yachts of your dreams. You can fly first class or have your own private jet. You can travel anywhere in the world at any level of luxury you choose. You can eat in the finest restaurants, drink the finest wines and cognacs, eat the most expensive, luxurious foods. You can have butlers and private chefs and drivers if you choose. You can have the wardrobes that you've always dreamed about, custom-made clothes, traveling all over the world, shopping in the finest, most expensive restaurants, if that's what you choose. You can have the physical physique you've always wanted. You can have flexibility and strength in your body. You can look younger. You can have, be, or do anything and everything you want. You can learn foreign languages. You can learn to play musical instruments. You can learn to sing. You can learn to paint. You can learn to cook. You can have, be, or do anything and everything you want. You can have the most wonderful, obedient pets using these techniques. You can live in the home or homes of your choice with these techniques. You can be happier, more secure, more fulfilled. You can experience any and every emotion you want: exhilaration, adventure, excitement, enthusiasm, passion. You can feel power and feel achievement. You can add value to society. You can help your community. You can change the world with these techniques. You can have, be, and do anything and everything you want with this information. It is absolutely available to you. The technique is simple. Right now you're at conscious competence. You do have to physically, consciously apply it. You do have old patterns. You have old, well-established neural pathways. You have much negative thought patterns and energies that are activated when things occur in your life, making you feel bad. That's true. But now you have the techniques and power to change that. And over time, that big ball of negative energy will begin to get smaller. Its magnetic pull will get weaker. The neural pathways that you've established and the negative patterns that you've established will get less and less used and will get weaker and weaker and weaker. And over time, the positive ball of energy will get bigger and bigger. New neural pathways, new positive patterns will start being established in the brain. And they'll get stronger and stronger. And at a certain time, which will be different for all of you, your positive ball of energy will get bigger than the negative ball of energy. And when that happens, it's all downhill from there. When that happens, the momentum is in your side. All of a sudden, everything starts going your way. You reach unconscious competence. It starts happening automatically. Instead of instantly popping back to the negative pattern, all of a sudden now instantaneously and effortlessly you're popping into the positive habit and pattern. And when something occurs in your life, instantly you smile and go, this is going to be good. I don't know how, but it is. When before you'd look at it and go, oh my God. The change will occur. Life will get easier, more fulfilling, more exciting. You'll feel more secure, more content, more fulfilled. You'll experience emotions and levels of these emotions and intensities of these positive emotions more so than ever before. You have what you need in your hands. You have what you need in the palms of your hands. It's now up to you to use it. And you will. Because you can see the results already. You can see the power. You can see the simplicity. And you can see this is the law. And whether you consciously apply this or not, it's going to operate in your life every day anyway. Every time you think a thought, you are broadcasting a vibration and attracting a like vibration into your experience. Every time you feel a feeling, you're broadcasting a vibration and you are calling forth more situations, events, people, and circumstances into your life that give you the same or similar feeling. You can be a ship without a rudder and no engine, and be tossed around by the waves and the wind, and be a victim. Or you can be on a ship that's a nuclear-powered vessel with unlimited power for the rest of your life. And you can steer that ship by your own will and at your own choice and with your own decision power, and you can point it in any direction and go anywhere, anytime, any place you choose, because you have the power. You now know what to do. So where do you go from here? How do you take the next steps? Well, I'll give you a few things to do. First, for those of you here in the room, you're going to get copies of these CDs. We've been recording them all along, so we'll just make a bunch of recordings. So before you leave, we'll give you all your own set. And for those who are home, you have your set in your hands. First and foremost, go back to the first one and start listening to these CDs again. And listen again. And listen again. And listen again. There's so much information in here. Every time you listen, your belief will go up. Your understanding of the techniques will go up. And you'll learn more and more. Next, every day, read at least a page in a book. And what book? I'm going to give you a list of books in just a moment. You can write them down. Basic books. These books don't read once, but read these books over and over again, because every time you reread the book, you'll learn something more. Thirdly, listen to CD packages that we're going to offer you. And I'm going to give you a list of some of the CD packages that we offer. For those of you who have this CD package, there's an order form enclosed. You can pick the ones you want and get some additional CD packages and listen to those. Fourthly, we'd encourage you to join the Global Information Network. The Global Information Network is going to provide you with 4 CDs recorded by myself and others, as well as a book. And every month you get 4 CDs and a book with more in-depth knowledge on all these techniques, as well as other information. The CDs will be providing information which will give you more data on how to be, do, or have anything you want. There'll be information specifically on how to handle depression, how to bring people into your life to do joint ventures with, how to invest, how to make money in real estate, how to make money on the internet, how to be physically, dynamically, vibrantly healthy, how to cure disease naturally, how to have better relationships with your spouse, how to have better relationships with your family and friends. It'll take many of the subjects that people focus on in terms of their wants and desires and give you more in-depth knowledge on how to apply these techniques to those specific situations and examples. Also, we'll give you updated information on what's going on globally and opportunities which will be made available to only members of the Global Information Network. One of the advantages of societies is we had access to people around the world, and when opportunities presented themselves, we were always given first option and first knowledge of these incredible opportunities. When it comes to making money, the fact is this: getting in at the beginning, at the ground floor, is a major, major, major advantage. That's the fact. Those who make the most money are those who are plugged in through networks of people and are given opportunities to get in situations and deals at the ground floor. You've never had that opportunity. It's been made exclusive for members of the societies. That's why the rich get richer. Through these associations, they're given opportunities that you never get exposed to. Well, through the Global Information Network, myself and my colleagues are going to be presenting these opportunities to you. Not everyone's going to be excited about every opportunity. Not every opportunity is going to be perfect for every situation. But they'll be made available through membership in the Global Information Network. So you'll be getting information each month. You'll also have access to our Global Information Network if you join. And as a member, you'll have access to live events where you can meet other members, network, share information, share opportunities within the network, learn firsthand. And when you get into live events, you'll have that luxury of meeting other people and creating masterminds, which is so, so powerful. We just touched on it this weekend, but that's one of the such incredibly strong, powerful techniques that Andrew Carnegie talked about and Napoleon Hill discussed in his books, Think and Grow Rich and the Law of Success, and others. The power of the mastermind. It makes everything work exponentially faster. Because when you put 2 horses together to pull a cart, they don't go twice as fast, they go 3 times as fast. So when you're working with other people who are like-minded, your power gets increased dramatically. Your ability to broadcast or transmit goes up dramatically when you're tied into other brains and other minds. So being part of the Global Information Network can be a major advantage in that respect. You'll also, for those of you who maybe can't travel for time or money reasons initially, have access to many of these seminars online. You can watch them live and they'll be archived. And as part of the Global Information Network, I mentioned there will be a network marketing element to it. And we're providing an opportunity for members to earn huge, substantial incomes, if you so choose. Completely optional, of course. But for some of you, it'll be a spectacular opportunity to, in a few short months, we believe, you can be earning tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And in a short period of time, we believe that many people will be earning millions of dollars through the Global Information Network without investing a lot of time or money. And that income will be residual income, monthly income, yearly bonuses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, with many, many other major benefits. So consider that. Fifth, if you qualify and you're a member of the Global Information Network, you will be offered the opportunity of having a personal mentor that you can talk to on the phone, that you can talk to, and you'll be able to be trained similarly to how we were trained as members of the society. Through having a master, if you will, a mentor, if you will, a teacher, if you will, and somebody that can give you personal guidance one-on-one. And if you qualify later, and only if you choose, it's completely optional, you may have the opportunity to be a mentor yourself to someone within the network. That's based on you and your choice. So let's talk about some of the books that we're going to recommend. Some of the books that I suggest and recommend. First, a spectacular book. Now, by the way, when you read these books, knowing what you know now, you're going to see that these books, all of them, are not 100% accurate to the data we're presenting. Again, these books aren't from the societies. We couldn't get them out, but these books are excellent books, second best, excellent books, excellent books. I've read them all, highly recommend and suggest them, and they will give you overwhelming benefit. Some of these books are 80% on track, some of them are 70% on track, some of them are 99% on track. So here are the books. And this is the order in which I suggest you read these books. The Magic of Thinking Big. The Magic of Thinking Big. One of the best books out there. See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar. Spectacular book on attitude, and really will help you in terms of focusing on positive. Ask and it is given. 99.9%, if not 100% on track, by Jerry and Esther Hicks. And actually, all the Jerry and Esther Hicks books are highly endorsed and recommended. The Secret. Small book, short book, touches on the law of attraction, misses some of the key elements. They're not there, but it doesn't do anything wrong. And I think it's a spectacular book, and also there's a DVD, and I would encourage you to read that over and over again. All these books read over and over and over again. Psycho-Cybernetics. And I think there's one called The New Psycho-Cybernetics. Spectacular book talking about the mind and the power of the mind. The Law of Success in 16 Lessons by Napoleon Hill. It's written back in the 20s, so the language is a little bit difficult. It's primarily about money and success, primarily money, but a brilliant book. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Brilliant, brilliant book. The Magic of Believing. Outstanding book. As a matter of fact, this book, The Magic of Believing, was talked about by Arnold Schwarzenegger and Liberace, as well as Phyllis Diller. They all say that this is the book that allowed them to be successful, gave them the techniques of being successful. Very powerful book. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Great book on gaining a pleasing personality. The Go-Getter. Another spectacular, great book. The Power of Positive Thinking. The Power of Positive Thinking. The Game of Work. The Game of Work. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And then there's 3 Christian books, and some of you won't like them because they're from a very full gospel, biblical perspective. But if you are a Christian, you may enjoy them. One is called Hung by the Tongue. Hung by the Tongue. The next one is The Tongue, a Creative Force. And lastly, What You Say is What You Get. What you say is what you get. Very powerful. Very powerful books. Reading books every day is so significant. Again, some of the CD courses that we're going to be putting out in the future, specific courses on how to define your dream, how to clarify what you want, how to remove doubt and increase belief, how to feel better, which is eliminating bad feelings and eliminating depression, how to stay motivated and excited. That course will teach you how to get a burning desire for your achievement, how to keep that burning desire, how to pull in people into your life that you want for joint partnerships and people that will work with you, how to get people to do things. I don't want you to feel negative. It's not how to control people in a negative way. It's more of how to work with people, how to persuade people to your ideas. And more on how to predict the future so that nothing catches you off guard. Many powerful courses are coming down as part of the Global Information Network. And there's going to be one specific course on keeping score. How to manage your life and your business by statistics. This is an interesting concept because in business, most people don't know the score. In their life, most people don't know the score. When you're making money, one technique that you can use, which will help you focus on what you want so that you're thinking about it all the time, is to use physical graphs that are physically put on the walls so that you can see them all the time when you're working. These graphs are stats or statistics on certain variables of your business. At the simplest level, because all stats will be different for each business, but every business should have the basic graphs. If you have a business or a money-making situation, or if your goal is to make money, then you need to chart how much money you're making, how much money you're bringing in. So the first graph you have is what's called gross income. And the definition is money, cash, deposited into your accounts. And every week you chart this. And there's 2 charts you do. You do a weekly chart, a graph, and a cumulative. Ideally, you want every week, you want that number to go up. The simple action of putting that on the wall and physically looking at it and seeing it all the time causes you to create an increase because you're wanting the graph to go up. You want the income to go up. You want more money being deposited in your bank every single week. And by looking at it every day, it causes you to focus on making it go up. Remember, you get what you think about most of the time. You can't have this graph in a computer because you don't look at it all the time. You have to have it on the wall so you can see it all the time. This is why goals and dreams when plastered on the wall, are so powerful because it gets you to look at them throughout the day and think about, consciously or subconsciously, be thinking about what you want. And you get what you want. You get what you think about all of the time. Now we have some additional CD programs already put together. And for those of you listening on the CD, the order forms are enclosed. First one is Master of Passive Income. It's a home study, integrated multimedia program. It teaches people ways to generate passive income from multiple sources. And it basically gives you more sources of passive income than anything out there. So it's multiple because not everything is going to apply to everybody. It comes with some groundbreaking material, 500-page manual on joint venturing. It has a course on creative thinking. It has 800 pages of real work case studies for you to model. And it has 2,000 pages of resources and material with documents that teach you how to gain more credibility, how to pay yourself everything you're worth, how to be 3 times more productive, how to do joint ventures and strategic alliances for those of you who don't have money or knowledge. Plus it has interesting interviews with some pretty interesting people, very successful people, and people that names you would definitely recognize. The purpose of this particular program is to help anybody in business, or even if you're not in business, if you're working for someone else, that's fine. Even if you're unemployed or retired, even if you're a student, it teaches you how to generate massive amounts of passive income from various streams and various sources without ever leaving your house. And the theme of it is do something once, get paid for it forever. So that material and the price options and the payment options are available in the package. There's also a Power Partnering Super Summit, which teaches people how to use the power of partnering, strategic alliances, joint ventures, bartering, and all kinds of other no cash, high upside leverage methods to create massive amounts of profits, income, and create wealth. Very powerful. A lot of information again on joint venturing and alliances with other people because most of you don't have money and knowledge, and by doing joint venturing and having alliances with others is a really powerful way to make massive amounts of income. And there's a few other programs that we're offering as well. And for those of you listening to the CDs, the information is available. For those of you here, it's at the back, and I'll be able to talk to you about those, for those of you who want them. So where do you go from here? This is the beginning, not the end, of the teaching process and the learning process. You now have the starting point. You virtually have, as I mentioned, everything you need. You need nothing more. I would encourage you, however, to, as I mentioned early on in this weekend, how do you learn this stuff? You don't learn it by teaching it because you don't know it yet. You learn it by doing it. Because every time you do it, you experience a result, and you get to fine-tune it. And when you go back and listen to these CDs over and over again, or when you start reading these books, or when you start getting the monthly CDs and books from the Global Information Network, you begin to see how, you start fine-tuning. It's like if you're learning golf, you go on a golf course, you got the lessons, now you go golfing for the first time, you're not going to hit 5 under par. The first time you hit the golf course, you're going to hit a couple great shots and a couple bad shots. The first time you start applying this material, you're going to hit a couple sweet spots and it's going to work perfectly, and a couple other times it's not. And when it isn't, it means you haven't done something 100% right. On the golf course, you may slice the ball. Oops, I did something wrong. But unlike golf, which can take years and years and years of practice and practice and practice and you never get it, here you're going to get to a level of proficiency and expertise incredibly fast, which is why so many people who learn this never go beyond, because they're so happy and ecstatic with the results they're getting. But we are going to provide, and because we know within the societies, most people, 90% of the people in the societies get a little bit of the knowledge and apply it and are blissfully happy with what they're doing. They're not at the point where they want to learn something new or fine tune it even further. Some of you will start applying this and fine tuning it and refining it in your own life, and you'll be getting such great results. That'll be where you're at. And others will say, I want more information. I want to be better on this particular subject or this particular area. And you'll start increasing and adding to your education. And you'll become better. And some of you will want to know everything about everything at the highest levels. And 5, 10, 20 years from now, you are going to be at such a level of mastery where you'll be walking through life like a magician, like a wizard, like a Jedi Knight. And that's not for everyone. But it's available. That's what we're doing. And I hope you appreciate and understand that what we're doing is something that we don't have to do. We're doing it out of love. We're doing it out of a feeling that we are bettering society and adding value to society. You know, there are two types of groups of people at the highest levels in the societies. Those that add value to society, and those that are parasites and live off the value production of others. And that's what we saw. And it's, for us, we noticed that the desire that we had to be blissfully happy was the real most important desire. And we found that by adding value to society, it gave us the highest level of bliss. And that's what we're doing. And we believe that you too will be able to use these techniques to add value to society, to add value to your own life, and become someone that people want to emulate and that people admire. I heard something early on in my life. The only thing I wanted was riches. I wanted the planes, and I got them. I wanted the yachts, and I got them. I wanted the mansions around the world, and I got them. I wanted the Rolls Royces and the Ferraris and the Mercedes and the Porsches, and I got them. I wanted the $15,000 suits, and I got them. I wanted the millions of dollars worth of jewelry, and I got them. I wanted to fly in the Concorde, and I got it. I wanted to travel all over the world, first class, and drink the finest wine and the finest cognac and smoke the finest cigars and eat the most expensive caviars and food and have private chefs and butlers and drivers, and I got all that stuff. It was all about money, 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 money. And I remember very early on, when I wanted all this stuff, somebody told me this, and it didn't make any sense. I didn't understand it. He said, you'll find out at a certain point, it's not what you have, but it's who you become that's important. And for many people, they never figure that out. My colleagues and I, we believe that it is who you become, that integrity, honesty, character, love, forgiveness, giving, appreciation, gratefulness is what it really is all about. We found and we believe that life is about feeling good right now. Every step, every moment, regardless of what you're looking at, regardless of your situation. If you can live life feeling really, really good, this will be the most thrilling, exciting, blissful experience you can imagine. And it will be, and it can be for all of you. We want to thank you so much for coming. We want you to know how much we appreciate all of the comments during the breaks and in the evenings, and all the stories you shared about your own lives. And for privacy purposes, we didn't put them on the tape or on the CD. I appreciate myself, all the comments you've given me, and I appreciate having the honor and privilege to share this with you. I deeply want to thank all of my guests, all of my colleagues from coming from all over the world and exposing themselves and standing together. And I know how much you appreciate them being here. But having them here, obviously based on their positions in the world, as you know, is a huge commitment of time. Not money, because it doesn't mean anything to them. But what's more important is their time. But they all felt, as I do, that sharing this time with you is something that we deeply, deeply feel is so important. And we hope you do as well. Again, I appreciate all the wonderful comments. I hope you've enjoyed me as a teacher as much as I've enjoyed teaching you. Thank you. And for those of you listening on the CD, we wish you were here. And we hope you do join the Global Information Network. And we hope you do take advantage of the live events that we'll be having in the future. And we hope you do read the books and purchase some of the CD programs that we have available. And we hope you do listen and apply these and see the spectacular results. And on the Global Information Network website, when it's coming up soon, you'll be able to write your comments. And I hope you do write me a comment even before that's up and tell me your story and your experience. And if you have questions, for those of you listening on the CD, there's a comment sheet in your order. Please write us a question. And we can respond to that and help you. Because our goal is that you get this. Our goal is that you learn how to apply this and that you make these techniques work for you in your real life. I can end this session by saying this. You can have, be, or do anything and everything you want. With this power and this information, may you never be the same.